Okay. All right, so let's start talking about your sort of summing up application piece. Back to that original phenomenon with the crushed bottle. So there's a lot. It looks as though there's a lot of agreement. If we look at that step one, I have all but one group has. Oh, we've got two maybe open versus closed system pieces. Looks like puppies are the same. All right, talk to me about this first step. What do I need in this first step?
Even number of air puppies on each side.
Okay. Even puppies on both sides, we're good?
Yep.
Okay.
And wall in the middle.
Wall in the middle. And wall in the middle. Why is the wall in the middle? It's not collapsed. Which means
air pressure. The air pressure is equal.
Air pressure's equal.
Air puppies are bouncing off each other at the same rate.
Okay. All right.
Bumbles.
Bumble.
We're trying to use all the keywords. This is like the tester.
Okay.
Puppies.
All right. So the wall isn't moving, and I've got puppy bubbles.
We're all unpacking our thinking.
So equal number of puppy bubbles on both sides. So the wall isn't moving. And what about the tops? Do I have open or closed systems going on in this situation?
It's open. It's open.
Open bottle. Okay. So let's define our rooms.
differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we think the same. We just drew it differently, which is
Okay.
really a problem.
So let's figure that out in just a second. Let's define our parts to our system, and then we'll figure that out, what Courtney's talking about.
Inside the bottle, outside the bottle.
Inside, outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or outside.
In, out. And the wall is?
The bottle.
Bottom. Okay. All right. And so Courtney, you mentioned that you guys have your systems closed. Most people have it open. Talk to us about what you guys are thinking. You think
Well, I
it's the
guess
same?
we were thinking like that little opening there is the door or the top of the bottle.
That is the.
Thinking that, I guess if I were to picture the inside of the bottle, I guess if we would have tipped it sideways, no, I still feel like the way we drew it makes most sense to me because the inside of the bottle is open to the outside of the room.
Okay.
But the inside of the bottle isn't just open to space, and the outside of the room isn't just open to space. And I don't know if that's just a visual thing.
Okay. So you put a wall on the wheel.
Put it,
Or on the wall. Your door on the wall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And other people didn't. Okay.
Right. Other people made it open to the top.
All right. So this becomes it can become a source of contention when we get to this piece because you're right, there's a third entity here. For this, I think we can do it both ways. And so since the majority of us have it with the tops piece, there's nothing wrong with that idea. I'm just gonna push us to do the top piece because so far the model has worked really well with open and closed doors. So far we're gonna take it, I think that's where we're gonna go. And I'm only doing that as a facilitator. I think your thinking is still probably the same when we get to the hot and cold puppies, okay? So I'm gonna push us to stick with the model as it was given to us. So if that's the case, what types of doors do we have on top here?
Open on the end.
Okay. So the bottle is open. And this is where it gets tricky, is the
No.
yeah. Okay.
I think it's open to the atmosphere. I thought it was open,
Yeah.
open.
That's why ours is blue.
All right. I'll take I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I think we can still explain the collapsing bottle without it.
Yeah.
But go ahead and talk to your partner on whether this should be open or closed, and we'll just take a few seconds on that.
We were told, we actually had
I don't know why they don't want that, but I think it's just inside the bottle.
Yeah, but then we're taking out one.
Can I take a picture where we kind of save it all? I think we have their voice. Right.
The outside.
Yeah, right.
See, that's what I was worried about too, because you gotta have a, so
So the way it is. Okay, back up. Okay, someone want to take us through the thinking on the outside there? Jeff?
I think we picked closed, I would say, because nothing changed on the outside.
Okay.
So if we closed that, it allowed nothing to enter, nothing to exit. We didn't do anything that was going to change the bumps or pressure or anything on the outside.
Okay.
So that was our thinking.
That was your thinking. Okay. Somebody want to talk to us about the thinking with the outside being open?
We went round and round on that as well, and ended up having it open, because that way it allowed the movement of the puppies into the bottle when the bottle was open, that it allowed that connection between the rooms. However, because we didn't modify the exterior, we talked about whatever we chose to do, open or closed, had to be the same on all four, because we didn't modify the exterior. So that was some of the circular conversations that we had.
Any other additions? All right, so I'm going to kind of sidebar for just a second, because this does become a source of, it could go on forever. The question, and I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer. We can't have puppies appear or disappear. So if at any point we have anything leaving this system, they have to be able to go somewhere. And so this may be a limitation of the current model that we have, but we're going to kind of go with it, because this is what we're asked to do, is map back to those boxes. So they have to be able to go somewhere. So how many of your groups actually had something leave at some point in there? Okay, so everybody, right? So that means we have to have, if something's going to leave inside the bottle, it has to have the ability to go somewhere else. Now, what this does, if we look at from a macroscopic point of view, is if this is truly all of the atmosphere, this is truly all of the bottle, then this gives us a third system over here, or a third component right here, and that's our source of issue. So if we maybe look at it as just part of the bottle, since these are molecules, and maybe just this little entity here being our boxes, then we have a more of a microscopic view of things. And so this would be open, you know, oh, I did it on the wrong side, sorry, if we're using our model. So then this part of our box would be open to the atmosphere. Yeah, this would be able to go back into the bottle, outside the bottle, and inside the bottle. So that's and it's just a way to view the model. I'm not saying any of the others are wrong. Even I had a whole group do a wall, a door on the wall, and we let it go because we can still use the model. Okay. Are we okay with this idea and moving forward? Just explain the bottle. All right. So for now, we're going to go open. Okay. Are these puppies moving?
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like in most situations we have them moving, -1. Okay.
And Yanbo explained to you our thinking.
Sure.
We only did movement on the ones when they were heated or if they were going slower.
To show the difference in
To show the
speed.
difference in speed. So for us, she even explained to you that they are moving, but
They're moving, but you're not.
we already have that understanding.
Just so you
Okay.
can see a difference.
So we're all in agreement that everything is moving. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move into the H2O world. We add hot water. Has our wall collapsed at this point?
No.
Wall's the same. I do have a group that has the wall a little, but not yet, right?
No, not yet.
Not moved yet, okay. So our wall's in the same spot. Okay. Talk to me about puppies in the outside of the bottle. Stays the same. And why does it stay the same? Nothing, okay.
Nothing changed.
Nothing changed? All right, inside of bottle. Let's take a peek here.
Starting to move faster.
Starting to move faster. Okay.
So
Some
one
are
leaving,
escaping,
two.
some are getting
Yeah.
out.
Okay, do we
Are
all
there?
have an agreement that something's coming out? Let's take a peek. It looks like,
Yep.
it looks like everybody has some coming out. Okay, somebody explain to me why there might be leaving the inside of the bottle. What was the reason?
They're bubbling more often because of a warmer temperature,
Okay,
pushing each other out.
okay.
And we didn't cap it really
And
quick,
moving
but we
fast.
didn't, yeah, there was some room for.
Some room for them to,
Escape.
okay, room for them to escape. So they're able, if they're hotter, they're bumbling faster, so they're
Shoved
bumble
out
more
the door.
likely to bumble out than they are to bumble.
But some are just displaced by the water.
Some are displaced by the
There's
water.
just the quantity of
Mhm.
water goes in and displaces whatever
Okay.
was, the puppies that were in that inch or two of space
Okay.
get booted out just from that.
So displacement and faster, or a combination of the two. Okay, so less puppies. But you said faster.
Bigger arrows, yeah.
Bigger arrow. Let me make that bigger. Okay, still both open, and they're coming out. Still open? Yeah, right, okay. Okay.
You're right, I'm seeing the
You're seeing the
ball.
disco ball.
No, shred, she's in the spot.
You're
Okay.
looking at the disco ball.
That's the coolest sweat.
Heading down to the cap bottle. We've now capped it, so we are closed on the inside, correct? And we're still gonna leave that open, okay? And so on the inside and outside, I'm not gonna put the wall in yet. Inside and outside bottles, puppy wise,
Inside they're moving quickly again, and outside the same.
And fewer.
same number as up
Same
here,
number
though,
as
right?
what we capped it.
I
Yeah.
think I've done it once, if we cap it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then out, same. Okay, now let's talk about that wall. Because I think there's one group that has a dotted line on theirs. Somebody wanna explain what that dotted line is? Is the wall moving at that point?
Rhonda mentioned, she remembered feeling when we put the water in and capped it, firmness to the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Right at first.
Okay. Did others experience firmness to the bottle, or maybe you didn't?
Did we feel it?
Might not have a lot of that information. So what does the firmness mean to you, Rhonda, when you guys?
It meant that like the air puppies were actually hitting against the bottle more frequently than outside was hitting it, and so you had them where they were rapidly kind of hitting that, and so there was more tension or more pressure kind of being on the inside of the bottle than it was on the
But not
outside.
for long.
But not for long.
Right. We talked about that when we drew ours too, like, there's a time factor there, like, when you think about that wall, it depends at what, is it right when you cap the bottle, is it a minute after, you know, there's that kind of piece where that, I guess, impacted how big our rooms were.
We were thinking the same thing, because we asked you, is this immediately after capping? You
Or
said
is it
yes,
a
we're
minute?
like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, talk to your partner, 20 seconds, 30 seconds max. Are we okay with the wall expanding a little bit? Does that make sense, or we're not okay? So 20, 30 seconds.
Right, yeah.
Having more bubbles hitting the wall than on the other side.
Right, I'd be okay with either as long as this one, you know, like the one where it was, I think it's after where and then it's still very small. Our lines are real, but I hear those.
Then you saw that single off.
I don't know the outside.
But I guess.
Well, at first they are now, and it's really
Okay, I'm gonna bring you back.
inside or outside.
Okay. What do we think?
I'm okay with either,
Okay with either? Why are you okay with either?
because I think it's just, like you said, it's a time thing.
Okay.
Are we talking immediately after, or slightly longer than immediately after, you know, like, it's.
Okay.
My
Also
question, my question is that, okay, they're moving, because the temperature is warmer, they're moving faster, but there's also less of them. So does that play a role? Like, did it really expand when there's less of them?
I think it also then depends on the temperature as to how fast then they would be moving.
Right.
I was just thinking that if the wall on wheels is the bottle, when we capped it immediately, we didn't see a physical change. It looked the same. So maybe my argument would be it stays in the middle.
Can I just try to make an analogy? Like if these 4 people are running and we 5 are just kind of walking around and bumping into a wall,
They're gonna have more force.
could they have a little more force, the 4 of them?
Right.
And did it feel
It's gonna hurt
firmer
worse
when
when
you
they go up
compressed
this
it, or
way.
did it actually go out on its own?
Who felt it?
I
Did it feel, it felt harder?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you have your bottle and you have like soda and then you shake it up, you do feel that tension and
Yeah,
stuff
you're
build
right.
up in it.
Yeah.
That's a good
All right. Okay, so at this point, we probably would need more data to determine whether or not we could move that wall. But it is a potential movement of the wall. So I'm just going to add possible wall movement. It would be this way, right? Yeah. So possible wall movement this
Or
way.
Temporary.
Yep. Possible movement that way. Briefly. Now, but maybe more data needed. And I think that's okay, because we're still going to be able to explain the most pieces. I forgot my air puppies over there. They can't appear, can't disappear. Okay. And they might have gone that way too. Okay, so for now, we're gonna put that in the middle, and we would need more data to support that, maybe some measurements or some observations along the way. All right, so let's head over to the crushed bottle where it actually has crushed in. I have this as a closed system, so all of you have the same number of puppies on that side, correct? So we're not gonna, all right, no contention on that zone. And same.
But
I
the
just have a
length of-
question.
Oh.
Vector length,
Did I vector link that? Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'd get going on these. So let's, okay, here.
It's okay.
Use it.
You're like, oh no!
Just
recolor.
Right on the back one.
Okay.
Well, that's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I have new puppies. We'll ignore whatever those weird red things are. No, and they're not new, they're just months.
Revised.
Revised puppies, thank you. All right, thank you for catching that. And then I have to have puppies over here too, right? And these are gonna be the same. Okay, and this system would be identical as to what it has been in the past. And this system is still closed. All right, now talk to me about the vectors. What do I need to do to those puppies?
They'll be the same length.
Same length eventually?
Yeah, they're
Slower
slowing
as
down,
cool.
so shorter.
But when is this picture?
Yeah, that is a good
yeah.
question. Why are you worried about when?
Because does the bottle crush in while they're still moving really fast and that temperature's still high? I mean, it still felt warm to me when they were crushing in. When I felt the outside, it was still very much warmer than the outside air, and that's when that was occurring. So then, which tells me I would want my vectors long to show that the temperature is higher and they're moving faster in.
Okay.
But I think they weren't as hot as they once were because it seems like with more time that passed, the more the bottle crushed in.
So at first you heard it like.
Yeah, and then
all
it
of a
was
sudden,
like,
boom.
yeah.
Okay.
And the more time went on, the more you kind of heard those little.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is they're still faster than the outside air temperature in the initial crushing moment. If we let them sit during the day, that might change back to the actual atmospheric temperature. So we just have to, so are we okay with that initial crushing moment here? So they're still hotter, but not at atmospheric temperature yet? What do you think? Are we okay with that? Okay. So these would be still longer than that, shorter than that. Okay. Oh, the best part of that is my
Yeah.
It'll show up on YouTube soon too.
But no, she's bland. She caught herself. She had like cat-like reflexes and it was awesome.
So, yeah.
So like, you
You
know.
guys are so good. Okay.
Like
Move over.
Ah, well, my dog's
Puppy like
reflexes
reflexes.
aren't that great.
Okay. All right, my wall. What do I need to do to my wall?
The wall needs to go in.
Okay, towards
Towards the end.
inside.
Yeah,
I did not leave much room, did I? Okay, we'll go back. That puppy's not split. So the wall has moved from its middle location, wherever that was. Okay, questions? Anything, issues with bottle? Okay.